Good morning, gang. Happy Saturday morning, oh dark 30. So, welcome to May 2nd, 1945. Time travel. Anybody know what that date was? That was the Battle of Berlin. That was the day the Red Army rolled into Berlin and, for all intents and purposes, ended World War II. The city fell. The tyrannical government was overthrown. The totalitarian leader who'd been hiding in his bunker eventually went back into his little office with his newly minted wife and proceeded to blow his brains out. Sound familiar? January 29th, 2022 is the day the equivalent of the Red Army, i.e. 50,000 some odd truckers, roll into Ottawa, the equivalent of 1945 Berlin, to overthrow a tyrannical leader, Justin Trudeau, who is the epitome of Adolf Hitler, while said leader is hiding in his bunker. Seem to be familiar so far. Oh, things are lining up. One could only hope that the rest of the day turned out the same, huh? Guys, there's a great reset coming. No question. It just isn't the one that the World Economic Forum thought was going to happen. Slowly but surely, and a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger, every day we are seeing more pushback. Be it Australian. If you guys have watched anything that Aussie Cossack puts up, go see what's going on down there. Be it Spanish, be it Hungarian, be it German, be it British, be it wherever. The people of the world are not putting up with this crap anymore. You have the majority of the world is in somewhat different levels of free countries. Now, of course, we have the Chinas of the world, the North Koreas, where, you can get arrested for smiling on certain days. But the majority of the world has a good amount of human rights and freedoms to go about their daily lives within restrictions. Okay, sure. We don't have the freedom to go out and do 140 miles an hour on the highway. We don't have the freedom to settle our arguments with our next door neighbor with, heavy machinery, let's put it that way. But we have the freedom to come and go as we please for the most part, to associate with who we want, to worship the way we want. And the powers that be don't like it. And they're starting to realize that the world is not full of sheep. Now, in the U.S., we've had some similar things. The January 6th stuff, which of course got labeled as an insurrection. All right, fine. We had the March on Washington a week ago. All right, however that comes down. We've had many protests, a lot smaller than what's going on in Canada, throughout the U.S., and they haven't made a whole lot of difference as of yet. But this Canadian protest is a blueprint for the rest of the world on how to take the power back for the people. Many of you may have seen what's going on lately with everybody's favorite terrorist, for lack of a better word, George Soros. Soros is pumping in 250, excuse me, it's early, $250 million into the 2022 elections in the United States. 250, a quarter of $1 billion this guy's got to help elect more of his socialist, totalitarian, tyrannical representatives. Okay, we've all seen the stories on the DAs who he has helped get elected. You know, you look at New York, we just had a couple of cops killed. Why? Oh, because the DA up there won't prosecute anybody unless they are convicted of corruption or murder. Okay, so stealing a car, no big deal. Robbing a bodega, no big deal. I mean, according to what I've seen, raping somebody, no big deal. Okay, this is all okay. Look at California. Look at the DA down in Los Angeles. We've all seen the pictures of the trains. Okay. Latest story is what the people are going after in these boxes are guns. Okay. Guns that were purchased legally and are being shipped to another FFL facility that are legal, but they're in a box. They got to get shipped to that FFL so you or me can go pick them up. But so these guys are all going in there and looking for those and stealing them. And supposedly there's been dozens of weapons already that have been stolen off of these trains. Okay. Will the police do anything? No. Why? Because the LA prosecutor will not press charges against somebody for illegally possessing a firearm, stolen weapon. Okay. This is what we are fighting against. You know, you go into a song. You know, guys know how I like my music. Remember this one? This land is your land. This land is my land. Okay. This land is not Biden's land, though he's one of the yours and the my's. This land is not Soros's land, though he's one of the yours and my's. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land is our land. This is getting good. This is getting better. The people, everybody, not just preppers, okay? Not just, this isn't a anti-vax protest. This isn't, you know, left or right protest. This is anti-totalitarianism, anti-tyranny protests. Nobody elected Justin Trudeau king. Nobody elected Joe Biden king. Nobody gave either one of them that kind of power. Nobody certainly elected George Soros to be God. Okay? Not that you could elect anybody to be God anyway. You can't elect anybody to be king anyway. But this has got to continue. And it's got to get more and more and more powerful. The only thing we can hope that this is May 2nd, 1945 all over again is at the end of the day, not necessarily saying blow their brains out, but that these people are no longer in control of their respective countries and cooler heads prevail. Now, when that does happen, the citizenry has an obligation to do the same thing that was done in Nuremberg and put these people on trial for crimes against humanity. And I don't think you will find anybody sitting on a jury outside of the little bubble that are fellow politicians that would render an innocent vote. Have a good Saturday. Pinball out.